It's all over at Celtic Park, and it is all over in the Scottish Premiership title race as Celtic defeated Rangers by 2-1 and practically wrapped up their 54th league title. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. All over in the Old Firm, all over in the league, and it should be all over for John Lundstram as a Rangers player and for Willie Collum as a referee. Embarrassing today from both of them. What do you want to talk about first? Let's get into it.
Right, let's just clarify this. I'm not going to greet too much about Willie Collum.
I am.
I'm going to greet about John Lundstram. No, I'm not even going to...
No, Willie Collum is a cheating fucking bastard, and it's as simple as that. Stats don't lie. Facts don't lie. How many red cards has he given against Rangers at Celtic Park in comparison to the ones that he gives to Celtic? The penalty, never in a million years is that a penalty. You look at him when he even rushed over to send Lundstram off. He couldn't wait, man. He was bolting over. Olympic sprint. Fuck him. You know what? I said Rangers were out of order a couple months ago when they asked this guy not to referee any more games, but you look at today and you can see why they did. Like,
do you think Willie Collum receives brown envelopes then?
I think they're green envelopes.
Green envelopes? Well, John Lundstram dropped a brown one today, that's for sure, but yeah. I mean, where do you even begin with this? You know what, right, we can joke and, Celtic deserved the league, right, they're going to win it. Rangers have thrown it away and they've bottled it, and I don't want to just pin all the blame on John Lundstram. But see that second half?
No, I think you can pin the blame on John Lundstram. Rangers got back into the game and he got sent off.
Of course you can, but today's not where the league was lost, alright?
Yes, essentially.
Essentially, but not literally, right? See that second half, does that not just sum up how this is like the lowest quality between the Old Firm I've ever seen? This is like, this is awful. Like, Rangers created nothing in a title deciding game where they needed goals. I mean, you're looking at Ben Davies, a guy who hasn't started since December, and he's a centre back. Kemar Roof, who I'm fucking done with, by the way. I thought he was disgusting. He's just shite. What's the point of him? I would rather a big pile of dog shite in the pitch than Kemar Roof. And then you've got Scott Shite himself, and then Ross McCausland, who gets the only chance, by the way, and decides to Ronaldo chop on his left foot instead of just fucking hitting it at Joe Hart. Joe Hart didn't even make a save today.
Yeah, let's talk about the game, right? Despite Lundstram being pish and despite Willie Collum being a cheat, Celtic were the far better team, deserved to win. Probably should have been more than 2-0 up at the 40-minute mark. I mean, could have been out of sight, had loads of chances in the first half. They just kept narrowly missing the target. O'Reilly had a couple of really good opportunities. I think McGregor had a shot that just whizzed past the post. Every time Forrest got the ball, no one was near him. Forrest was, 33-year-old James Forrest was allowed to pick up and run into space, and no one would even close him down.
See, that's the problem, right? You've got Forrest, you've got O'Reilly, McGregor. I can name about 3 different opportunities. Each of them did it, so about 9 times. Rangers don't really have that many players that can take long shots, but see if Tavernier was given 9 chances, right, to have fucking long shots for 20 yards out, I think he'd score a couple. We see when he takes up, you see the lesser teams, how many times do they give Tav space, he puts it in top bins?
Aye, quite a lot of times.
You can't give that space up, man. It's embarrassing.
So Celtic get the breakthrough goal for O'Reilly. I mean, who do you want to blame here? Davis doesn't close him down, Lundstram doesn't do anything, Barisic gets beat out in the left, so I mean, there's a whole bunch of players you can blame here. O'Reilly scores. Good goal, good finish. I think O'Reilly deserved the goal because he played really well. Overall, second half maybe wasn't so good, missed that penalty, but first half, I think O'Reilly was good, deserved the goal. Then Maida, down the left-hand side, beats Tavernier way too easily. Comes in, puts a ball into the box, doesn't whip it in with much pace, to be honest. He almost like glides it into a dangerous area, but with the lack of pace on the ball, you're expecting this to be dealt with comfortably if a Rangers player gets to it, and instead Lundstram pokes it in. Good finish, by the way, right past Jack Butland. So at this point, it's 2-0. The Celtic, I don't think you have any complaints. Could have been 2-0 up anyway, right? Didn't really either. John Lundstram on goal.
What's he doing, though, right? Ball's whipped in. All he's got to do is even let it go. If you're not confident enough to clear it, let it go. Or just put it out for a corner.
Then the only player that looked half decent for Rangers in the first half, Fabio Silva, picks up the ball, runs at the defender, holds up, waits for the overlap. Nice wee flick to Barisic. Barisic holds it up into the back post area. lofts it in there. John Sterling wins the header back into across the 6-yard box where you've got Dessers, and he flicks it home. Poor defending for Celtic, a goal to absolutely nothing for Rangers. And at this point, Rangers have got a get out of jail free card because they were shite. They were the inferior team up to this point, but they've managed to half the deficit, and you're thinking, right, momentum is in Rangers' side here, but that momentum pretty much got snuffed out about a minute later. John Lundstram slides in, late tackle. Initially, normal play, I thought he got the ball, but when you see the replay, he didn't get the ball. Studs were up, catches Johnston above the ankle. Initially, I thought it was a bad decision, but I can see why he was sent off.
Yeah, I've no complaints really.
In 2024, this is a red card.
Yeah, I've no complaints with the red, right? Like, do I think it's soft? Yeah, but everything in this day and age is soft. You need to stop dealing in these softs. Oh, but it's not back in the day, it's 2024. Look at the state of the world, it's fucking shite. I wish it was back in 2003 or whatever, you could make these tackles, but you can't do them anymore. And not John Lund, the momentum's with Rangers. Celtic Park got silenced. The tails are up, and what does this prick do? This is something he should do when Rangers are 4-0 down. Just to injure a guy. But no, he does it 2-1 when Celtic...
What do you mean just to injure a guy?
What do you mean just to... Well, lay one on him. I can half accept if you're raging at 4-0. Rangers are in the driving seat. Well, maybe not the driving seat.
So he should purposely go out and injure somebody?
Well, that's what it looked like. He fucking set out to do it 2-1.
He's tried to win the ball and he's just missed time.
He's a shite big match, John. He can go. You see that Leipzig and the Dortmund goals? He can fucking shove them up in Shizer.
And then, so yeah, Rangers down to 10 men, goal down, man down. First 20-25 minutes of the second half, it was a shite show to watch. It was all Celtic with the ball. Weren't really creating that much, to be honest, but Rangers offered absolutely nothing. There was no outlet. Then the penalty. Awful decision here. O'Reilly clearly dives. He digs his foot into the ground as well, and you can argue that he's the one that's initiating contact here. It's never a penalty. I've seen lots of Celtic fans come out and say it's extremely soft, so I mean, fair play. But
no, I don't get though. This is exactly the same thing that happened with Dessers and Lagerbielke, but it went the other way.
Anyway, so that happens, and the assistant VAR referee, Steve McLean, calls Willie Collum over to check, and I mean, at this point, you believe it's going to get overturned. Well, you don't really, because you know Willie Collum's a cheat, so he's not going to overturn it. He comes over, he looks at the screen, and he awards the penalty. I mean, I don't know what Willie Collum's playing at here.
Is it because it's not clear and obvious, even though we think it's clear and obvious?
It's fucking clear.
I think that's what VAR is allowed, though. I think when even these things that are clear and like they're not clear and obvious because there's still contact. Even
Alright, well, fair enough. If you're going to say that's not clear and obvious, I will turn around and say that I don't think the John Lundstram tackle's clear and obvious then. I don't think it's clear and obvious enough to overturn that. But I think that John Lundstram tackles could go either way. So if it could go either way, then I don't think it's clear and obvious enough to overturn from a yellow to a red.
Right, that's fair enough. But the problem with clear and obvious and VAR is Willie Collum can give it. It can be slightly the wrong decision, this penalty. But because it's only slightly and like...
Well, I think the red card was... I think the yellow card for Lundstram was slightly the wrong decision. I think it was slightly more red than it was a yellow. But he still overturned that one.
It was an orange about to become yellow.
Well, he overturned that one. It's funny that the one he overturned benefited Celtic. Yep. And the one that he didn't overturn would have benefited Rangers.
Like, I've no coloured specs on, right? Sees Fabio Silva at Ibrox, it wasn't a penalty. You agreed with that, didn't you?
No, I thought Celtic were robbed at Ibrox. I don't think that was a penalty whatsoever.
Yep. So, again, I mean, I think the only difference is I don't think Silva initiated that, but it's a dive. He just flings himself to the ground. But again, it's pathetic. But Matt O'Reilly missed it, so it doesn't matter. Rangers had about 40 minutes here to muster something, didn't do anything. Apart from a McCausland ball, it came out the sky, and instead of shooting, Ronaldo chops it. Rangers need goals, and he brings on Roof with 15 minutes to go for Dessers. I mean, how are Rangers in a situation where they need goals, and you've got Ben Davies, McCausland, Wright, and Roof? And this ain't prime Roof. This is Roof made out of Weetabix. What's happened? It sums up the state of the league. The standard is fucking shocking that this Celtic team is what.
There's a leaky roof, I think, going on here.
There's a leaky roof, but no, come on, look at Celtic. I'm not saying Celtic were under the cosh because they could have scored a lot more goals, but see, like, we're about 20-25 minutes to go. They were giving the ball to Rangers.
That's what I mean.
To play.
I don't think. How can Celtic be that good when they have a 2-goal lead, a man advantage, home advantage, and towards the end, I mean, they are still struggling to put this game beyond Rangers, and they're hanging on for dear life.
It just sums up the season.
We've seen Celtic teams in the past with 11 against 11 annihilate Rangers, whether it be at Celtic Park or at Ibrox.
Yeah.
Yet this current team is struggling to get over the finish line with a man advantage at home. It wasn't convincing to me.
No, it wasn't convincing for me, to you, to me. That we what are they called?
To you, I don't know. To you, to me.
Those guys on those legends. One of them's dead. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, right. Tell you what, Steve.
Chuckle Brothers.
Aye, Chuckle Brothers. That's it. Well, I tell you what, Rangers have got the Chuckle Brothers in the. No, but Rangers did. They didn't even have one chance.
Some people would argue this channel's the Chuckle Brothers, but
they probably would. But you can cry about Willie Golem. I'm not going to cry that much about it. Rangers were disgusting in that second half. The title's on the line. As Clement said, a draw keeps the title alive. Rangers didn't do enough. It was embarrassing.
Kenny Miller looks like he's got clinical depression. I don't really blame him.
He was on the verge of calling Willie Golem some heinous stuff there. You know, the same abbreviations as Facebook, if you catch my drift. But yeah, the league's over, obviously. It's just, it's piss poor. You know, whoever wins the league, well, obviously Celtic have, they're going to get scored at the Champions League without major improvements, man. Rodgers ain't the man. If Celtic had any sense, they'd sack him. No, you're laughing. I've never seen a team get so much worse from under Ange. Look at the state. See, this is Ange's team. Look at this game. Look at the game at Parkhead in December when it was the exact same scenario. 2-1 with a red card. Rangers would have probably got beat about 6-0 or 6-1 today.
Aye, probably. Anyway, I think that's it, man. Covered everything. Celtic had a shitload of chances. They just didn't really take them. 2-1 in the end. It could have really finished 4-5. And I don't think that would have been unjust. I think that would have probably been deserved. So Celtic win the game. They win the league. But Willie Collum, I thought he was terrible today. People are saying he's...
he was making it all about him though, right? That's what
shouting at the players as well. It's like
berating them. It's like, hold on, mate, you're on like £2 an hour.
And then...
Know your role.
Late on, Cal McGregor's on a yellow and he dives in, late challenge, doesn't get a second. Chris Sutton, Callum needs to be careful. Does he need to be careful?
10 seconds left.
Or is Willie Collum never going to send him off? He was just like getting aggressive and shouting at the player. For what? Just making himself centre of attention.
Yeah, and they weren't being aggressive to him. Different if they were, but they weren't. Anyway, it's over, guys. The league's done. And we all wanted a title fight, but it's over. Well, we got a title fight.
Better team won the day. Better team, I think, probably won the league as well. So we'll see what happens. 2 games to go. A point against Kelly will officially win it for Celtic. Rangers need a fucking miracle at this point. I don't think they'll get it.
Stop talking, man.
I don't think they'll get it. Anyway, guys, that's it. 2-1. And that is 4 Old Firm games. Celtic have won 3 of them. The other a draw. You just can't win the league if you're losing. How can you win the league when you're losing 3 Old Firm games and not winning 1?
No.
I mean, they're out of the 4 6-pointers. You're essentially giving Celtic an 18-point swing.
See, I think when Clement come in, a lot of people...
18-point swing.
No, I know. A lot of people were looking at the fact that, there'll be a lot of people looking at Michael Beale's loss, right, in September. Clement's had 3 Old Firms. There's no excuse. We can't look... See this gimmick of looking at Michael Beale? That ended. See when Rangers took the top of the league for Celtic? Michael Beale's irrelevant.
Even if Rangers had won one of the games and Celtic still won the other 2, they'd be level on points right now.
Yeah.
You can't lose... The Old Firm games, essentially there's 24 points up for grabs. And Rangers have lost 18 points to Celtic alone.
Yeah.
You're fucked if you do that.
Clement got everything wrong today. He picked Lundstram. Should never have picked him. Never in a million years. And it come back. He cost 2 goals and he gets sent off.
I did. Anyway, that's it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Willie Collum's shite. John Lundstram shite. Rangers are shite. Celtic are the better team. Rodgers has got away with one here. Absolutely, this season he was under pressure. It looked like for a period of time Celtic were going to lose the league, and then Rangers have crumbled. He's won the league, and his blessings have been saved really here by Rangers and Philippe Clement.
What do you think for next season though, right before we end it? Do you think Rodgers, I'm not saying he's hit his ceiling, obviously it can get better, but do you think starting for 0, even though I know Rangers did catch up, do you think starting for 0 with Clement getting his players in, Rangers can beat them next year.
Impossible to tell. You need to know who comes in, who leaves.
But right now, what would you rate the chances?
I'd say it's about 50-50 right now.
Yeah, you're right though. It's like you look
Celtic have got a better team, so I mean they're slight favourites. But I mean, if you take away the Old Firm games, I still think Rangers have been better than Celtic since Clement came in. So
I'm not saying Celtic won't get worse, but we've seen last season they lost a lot of key players. I just see winning the league again. I just don't see the likes of O'Reilly, Atati, Kyogo, or staying again. At least a couple of them.
You could argue this could be a false sense of reality for Celtic. They might actually believe they're better than they are. Yeah. Maybe you would have seen more changes had they lost the league to Rangers, but we'll see.
And that's the key thing. I think Celtic will lose key players. I think Rangers are just going to lose deadwood. I don't think Rangers are going to lose key. I mean, there's not many players in that team. The Rangers, I would say, are key.
Yeah, transfer market is going to be absolutely crucial in the summer. Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.